Welcome to Espiritu Coffee Chats, the podcast where we blend wellness, spirituality, and business to help you live with intention and balance.
We're your hosts, Valerie and Arlene, two Latina entrepreneurs here to guide and grow with you.
Hello, and welcome back to the podcast. Today we have a spiritual woo-woo podcast episode. We're going to be diving into human design and astrology and how they're like related. They're like besties and how y'all need to get to know them because they vibe together. So with all that said, I do want to segue into Valerie really quick because she is a student of human design now and she's finished the certification program. So share with us, just like now that you know deeper about human design, like what are like your maybe 1 to 2 aha epiphanies like, oh, damn.
I think the authority, although you see it being blasted around by so many different human design people, but I think like the authority is like that first very key integral step of knowing yourself. And for me, it's like whether I actually want to do something or not, whether it lights me up or not. I'm a sacral, and so it's like kind of in my gut, and where I'm like, or the and the uhs. Like that's why you hear me a lot in the podcast, because it's just one of those things that's part of me.
We have to edit Valerie's
I do it all the time. I can't stop. But I think learning more about that authority and really fully embodying it. And then the fear gates, because I have just had a lot of social conditioning to play out into these fears. And I had noticed moments where I'm not really taking the steps that I want to be taking, or I'm kind of falling back into kind of like my old childlike self, where I like put myself into a little corner and just hide.
Right.
And I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to be out in the open. I want to be free. So yeah, I think definitely those two, they're like practicing your authority and then learning like if you have any fear gates, or just learning how to work with the fear gates in general.
Right. Yeah, I got a lot of them. And when I looked at them, I'm like, that tracks. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So I think going forward too, we'll dive into like different segments of human design and help you kind of like understand that it's not just about your energy type or, you know, your aura and you being a manifesting generator or projector or whatever. Like there's so many things within it that can really help you, like what Valerie said, like decondition yourself, but also really start to embody yourself. So it's like in order to really embody your true nature, you have to decondition. Like you just can't get past that. Yeah. So I think human design gives like a very clear roadmap, but it's not only just human design. Like I think we want to look at human design as like the car, and there's all these systems, you know, under the hood, right? There's also the bottom of the car. So, and the wheels and all the electrical system, like that is human design. So there's so many like things to this philosophy and this modality. So there's basically 5 of them. And today we're going to talk about one of them being astrology. So, you know, a lot of people don't know that astrology is in human design. One of my favorite readings to do is where I blend astrology and human design together. So I basically do sun, moon, rising, and then we focus on your energy type. We focus on those 3 personality things of astrology, sun, moon, rising, and then we focus on the gates that are attached to that. And within that 60-minute session, I'm telling you, people are like, yeah, how can we go this deep just on these like little core topics, you know? And I think it's because you can go that deep. And I think astrology opens up another little gateway to that. It's like another key. If you're into like Akashic reading or, you know, the Akashic libraries, it's kind of like that. Like you just take a book from the little library and you open it up and then all of a sudden there's like this information, right? Nice. So you can open up different parts of of human design. And today we'll open up the astrology part. So trying to explain it very simple and easy. If you don't have your chart, you can go to my website, lunasowellness.com, and you can hit either the human design or astrology tab, or it's probably even on my homepage. Scroll down until you find enter in your chart information here. You're going to want your birthday, your time, and your location. All needs to be accurate. You know, hopefully get it accurately as possible. You should be on your birth certificate. And then from there, you can pull up your astrology and your human design chart. So that way you can reference this and kind of look at it versus like not having it in front of your face. So go do that right now.
Hit pause.
Okay, welcome back. So now that you're looking at your chart, so what I like to focus on is one particular gate. And this is with human design is like the most important part of your chart. It's kind of like that first key that you open to step into the records, right? To step into the big, massive libraries of things and information about you, the energetics of you, so on and so forth. And I like to talk about this part too because people understand and they resonate with it. So if you're looking at your chart to the right-hand side, there'll be, black columns. They look like black squares. And there's that very first top one. And you'll see like a little circle in it and then it has a little like dot. That's your sun gate. And your sun gate is associated with the gate or the zodiac gate that you were born with, right? So for example, I was born in September, so that makes me a Virgo. Valerie?
I'm born in March, so I'm a Pisces.
Mm-hmm. And so that first gate that you see is just know that it's associated with the month that you were born in and whatever zodiac sign rules that month, right? Or that whatever your birthday is. So that is like one of the major things because now that flavor of that gate is going to have the flavor of that zodiac sign. And so, when you start to learn and understand human design, that first gate has also a theme to it. So there's probably a number there. And Valerie and I can talk about ours so that you can kind of let it land a little bit. And if you need, a description of, oh, my gate is 61 or my gate is 3, reach out to us, comment below, and we can send you the theme of whatever that gate is, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to want to layer the things, okay? This is where you sit down, get your little journal out, get your cafecito. Hopefully you got it from Valerie. And not hopefully, but you should have. And then, you have this journal session with yourself. So if we want to look at the sun and what that means in astrology, it's your life force. So your life force in meaning like, think about the sun as the center of the solar system. That's you showing up in the center of our world and in our realm. So the sun being so important, that's how your ego gets, out there and into the world. And it's going to have a flavor of whatever zodiac sign that is. For example, mine's Virgo. So the way that my ego is going to express and show itself and wants to be seen, but also is going to shine light on others is very Virgo-like things, being very practical, clean, understanding complex things. Like, you can see why I love human design. I can kind of understand and get it a lot quicker because I have like that Virgo part. But also if you do know me, like I love, working with herbs. I love plants. Like come to my house, I have plants all over the place. I'm propagating all the time. And also Virgo is the acts of service. They are one of the healer signs. So they very much have this like acts of service, like how can I tend to you type of essence about them, right? So just knowing that that's how, that's going to be the flavor of that human design gate. And we'll lead into Valerie.
So I am a Pisces and my astrology background is nowhere near Arlene's.
She's going to learn though.
But Pisces we're kind of like the little hippy dippy people. The plants, I feel like we're not as into unless we're consuming them.
I love it. She gets it from her Virgo drug dealer.
We're likely to be like intuitive psychics. We just are kind of connected, like our fish scales kind of like have these tingly spidey senses kind of things. I don't know if it's just me or if it's all Pisces, but we are kind of foodies actually. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like other stuff. We're not always grounded. Look, I just want to be in La La Land. Okay, I'm a Pisces. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're like, put the fun music on. Mm-hmm. Give me my little weed right now. Let me just chill, read some poetry, look at my artwork. Like it's very much in that wanting to be in that dreamy, illusional land in a sense. And that's the beauty of Pisces. That's so opposite of Virgo because we really are opposite of the zodiac signs. I'm over here like analytical and I look at Valerie and she's just like, just chill, Arlene. Just chill. And I'm like, I can't though. I don't know how to do that. So, but also going back to Valerie and like, and she really hit on something about, Pisces being about spirituality in a sense. And they are one of those healer signs too. Like, not to say that all zodiac signs don't have healer components to it, but there's some that are a little more stronger and a little more apparent with, you using that gift as your life force, as your ego, as to express yourself, or as to shine light. So Pisces do tend to be a little more inclined to, spirituality or religion or however that looks to you. They have a deeper connection and awareness of, the realms of the heavens and, the world, right? And where Virgo is more of like the land. Virgo is more about the earth. Virgo is, into the roots and into the mud, right? So that's how they're a little different, like Virgo and Pisces, but they're both into these dark, murky, areas of the realms, So then you add the gates, right? So you're going to look at your chart and you're going to be like, what's the little number there? So we'll share about ours because we don't know what your gates is. But, mine is gate 46, which is the love of the body, but it's also the gate of serendipity. Like sometimes human design gives different names, but basically the essence is gate 46, if you have it, is all about you being in this moment and not overthinking the moment, you just finding joy in the moment. And that's where that serendipity is. Like, something tells you, let's go around the corner. And then all of a sudden you bump into somebody and then, hey, there's your perfect partner. like that's, and the whole point is trusting life, and that life's always going to give you exactly what you need, so long as you can play into that serendipityness of it. And then there's the other part, which is I would say kind of lands more so with the Virgo part, which is the love of the body. So a lot of Virgos with gate 46, like we have another bestie, she shares my birthday. And usually with people that have gate 46, they love their body. So they love to dance. They love to take care of it. They're the yogi. They're the ones who are like the dancers. They're the ones who maybe do massage. Like they really want to work with the body and really nurture it and love it. They care about their diet. They care about what they put into their body because they understand that the body is a vessel, and it's the vessel of love. That's actually like the main theme of gate 46, which is teaching people how to love, but through the vessel of the body. And so with that comes is that serendipityness, right? Like that dance, that sensuality. So gate 46 is very sensual, and, throw me with some good music on and I'm dancing in the corner, dropping it like it's hot, and it's just me. But, going back to to peel the onion and give us as an example to you guys, like, yoga. I loved yoga. I taught yoga. I was really drawn to yoga, but when I was younger, I was in karate, and it reminded me of the same things, where I just saw like the gatas, like they had these moves and just like the flowiness. And I was like, man, that's so pretty. I want to do that. And then now fast forward, I'm into really helping people love and embody their body. But then there's the other aspect of just that sensuality, right? And so then when you add Virgo into it, it is like the acts of service. So it really is important for me to work with specifically other women and really help them like love themselves, right? Love their body, because that's like the vessel of who they are. And I mean, I definitely do love my body. I love to put lotions on, and I'm always taking care. I take like 100 vitamins. That's such a Virgo thing. But it also goes deeper in the fact that, once I learn how to embody my body, then that just kind of radiates out. And then you attract serendipitously people who are going to want to, get activated by you. And so with Miss Valerie over here, you can share about your sun gate. So because now she knows.
I do, yes. So my sun gate is 25, and that is the love for people, right?
Love of the world.
Love of the world. So it's love of the world, like community oriented. And when I think of that with like the Pisces flavor, because we are the hippie dippies, so we and I would love to like just, do shrooms and stuff and like smoke some cannabis. And I mean, I've done ayahuasca 4 times now, but like doing it and bringing like my friends into the journey with me. But I think it's more so just about like being open and accepting of people and loving all people. And growing up, like I always had so many friends. I was just the kind of person who just hop around from different groups and like I was friends with the nerds. I was friends with the jocks. I was friends with the emo people. Like it was all me, and I loved it. I'm like, this is all facets of me and who I am. And yeah, I think now, I like, as you were talking about your gate 46 and how you're playing it out now, and I'm like, I've kind of lost that love of the people, where I think it's because I've been playing out more of the fear and kind of like resource guarding, because I've been in survival mode instead of like thriving mode. And so I do tend to have like a variety of friend circles around me, but I've not been like as deeply embedded into them as I was in the past. So I'm not quite embodying mine. But yeah, and when I think about now in like business, like for me, like community is very much also centered around the table and like breaking bread with people and learning to do that as a means of connecting with others. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, to piggyback off of gate 25, it's also the gate of the shaman and the priestess. So what that means is that there is a component to you, gate 25, that is all about being that like healer. It's literally like Jesus. Jesus was a Pisces. Like it's literally like, yeah, it's you wandering the world, literally, because that's what, it's the love of the world. So, and the world isn't just here, it's up in the universe too, right? So you're bringing like these higher realms and these higher gifts and these codes and, like that's why like ayahuasca, like, duh, it was like, girl, come here. And so it's like, that's part of, Valerie's main gate, right? That's her sun gate, which unlocks her door to the Akash, right? And I'm just saying that's just me using it as an example, like a metaphor, but that's unlocking the major keys to human design, right? That's going to open the door to get into the car. And it's doing those things. So once you really embody that sun gate, like once, using Valerie as an example, like, I've watched her grow spiritually since we've met, I don't know how many years ago, but like 3 or 4 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
And just how much you've like really dove into being that priestess, right? And like, what is it to be spiritually and out of this body and into the realms and really holding and being by yourself in that space? Like, I'm still shocked. This girl did ayahuasca all by herself, like with the shaman, but like nobody else around.
She actually did not take any that time. Now that you're mentioning it.
Oh, so you were by yourself.
I was by myself.
You were in the realms, yeah.
Wow.
And it's like but this is where you get those, epiphany moments. So if you're like, you're lost, you're like, who am I? Well, get out your human design chart and look at the zodiac sign that rules that, because that's almost like, if you read the back of a book and it tells you like, oh, here's like the cliff notes in a sense, or here's the essence of the book. Well, the zodiac sign is going to be the essence of that gate. And so then you peel the onion. Okay, now let's talk about the gate. What does that mean? And all of them are so magical in their own ways. And, ours are like all, ooh, because, we happen to also just be the vessel of love gates, which is really weird and random. But, it's one of the gates that is tied to your incarnation cross in human design. And so, again, going back to how we know that human design is more than just your energy type, that there is this other bigger layer. The whole point of all this is to unlock your incarnation cross, which is your life's purpose. And everybody has an incarnation cross that has a theme. So in order to really live out that incarnation cross, right? For example, mine and Valerie just happens to be the vessel of love. We have to learn how to embody, because the incarnation cross is made up of 4 different gates. So there's the sun gate, that you see on that right-hand corner, the black side. And then if you go over across the street, you'll see a red gate too that has that circle, and that also has a gate in it. And that one's 3 months before you were born. So that one I'm sorry, I take that back. Wait, you said 3 months before you were born? Yeah, I think it's 3 months before you were born. So that is going to be but that's a whole nother chapter. So, but just know that you have 2 sun gates, and one of them is more so easier for you to access because you're more so consciously aware of it, because everybody knows you don't need to know astrology that much. You just need to know what's your birthday and Google it, and it'll tell you what your zodiac sign is. Yeah. And so that's why that one's easier to access and work with, because we're more so attached to that. We can play it out easily in our lives. And then again, once you understand that gate, it kind of unlocks the other 4 gates that are attached to that, if that makes any sense. Do you want to give any clarity?
Not really. No, I think that was great. I think it's just like give yourself time, obviously, to fully understand it. I think maybe reading it once or twice and then sitting with it for maybe like a week or two and then revisiting it, because especially when you're new to it, like as I was, then I think it takes a little bit more time for you to consume it and then to like actually understand it so that you can take action on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why I think today we wanted to kind of share about not just the boring things of human design. I mean, they're not boring. Everything's amazing. But like, you know, the not so like Instagram-y things that you can find, and also understanding and respecting. Because I think for me, as I was teaching this last cohort in the human design certification program, was like, I still want to hold true the cultures that are behind human design. You know, there's Ayurveda, there's the gene keys, there's the I Ching, there's astrology. Those all have cultures and philosophies that started those. Mm-hmm. Like human design is the new baby on the block. That just happens to bring all the girlies together. So it's like the gang, basically. But it's like it has all these beautiful other philosophies under it that also have tradition and culture. And, you know, we don't want to appropriate human design and forget that it also has all these other philosophies in it that have cultures and that have their own knowledge and their own, you know, libraries. So I think it was just like letting you guys know that there's more than to just your energy type. Like Valerie said, your authority, which is how you make decisions, more than your profile numbers. Like once you can establish those three things, then you can get into the gates. Mm-hmm. You know, but right now I gave you a little cheat sheet. So at least play with that one.
Yeah.
Play with that one. Because it also, the sun gate also has your profile numbers next to it. So if you look at it, let's say your sun gate on the right side, right? And it's in the block. You'll see the gate, and then there'll be a little dot, like a little decimal point, and then there's a smaller number next to that. That's your profile number. That's part of your profile number. So just that one gate holds so much like information about your chart. And that's why I was saying it's like literally you need to know that one, like pay attention to that, master it, work with it, embody it, do all the things. Do an ayahuasca if you need to.
Call me.
Yeah, call her. We got somebody for you. We got a couple people actually. I can give you an ayahuasca. Actually, I have an ayahuasca like prep and stuff. So anyways, long story short. But yeah, so I feel like that's something where we could give you guys a tool to start to dive deeper in human design. And if you want to get a reading, definitely check out Valerie. You know, she is in practice mode, but also just learning and gonna master it amazingly. But the reading part is where, you know, when you got practice, you can get your own style or whatever, and really like put everything that you've consumed out into the world. Into the world. Look at that.
Yes.
Into the world.
I love it. Yeah. So if you're interested in getting a reading from me, I am taking some practice clients, so at a discounted rate. So just DM me. I don't have an official website yet because that's all in my systems being worked in Q1.
Yeah. And if you want to get certified, come to me. I'm your girl. And I think this is, again, like, just to even give an example, if you're a professional or you're a healer, or even if you're a freaking mom like me, just learning about human design is literally you're gonna help change other people's lives. Not only yours, but others. So that's why I have the certification program, because it's such a magic tool that, you know, you can literally like learn how to love somebody the way they want to be loved, learn how to nurture them, learn how to honor them, learn how to be like, ooh, you got some cucuis, let me help you with that. You know, so it's such a good tool. And so I would love to have you all.
Yeah, join Arlene's Human Design School. Applications are open. I believe the scholarship application is still open. If not, then get on the wait list for next year. And then, yeah, Arlene also can do one of those in-depth design readings if you want something special curated to you.
Yeah, if you want to go deep. Well, thank you so much for joining us in this episode. We hope you liked it, and we hope that you gave yourself permission to dive deep into human design and astrology, which are my two besties.
Yeah, let us know what you find, and we'll go and deep dive and what do you call it? The dumpster dives into all of these little rabbit holes.
Yep, get out your rabbit hole. All right, well, take care.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Espiritucoffeechats.
We hope you enjoyed our conversation and found a little inspiration to take with you.
If you loved what you heard, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform.
And stay connected with us on social media for updates, behind-the-scenes content, and more.
Until next time, keep the spirit alive and the coffee brewing. Cheers! Ow, ow, ow.